Hey guys, welcome back to Team Death Slinger. My name is Peter, and today you guys voted for a deck in one of my polls. You guys said you wanted to see DanDevimon, so we have a DanDevimon deck profile for you. So, starting with our in trainings, we are running DemiMeramon on deletion, draw one, trash one. We're trying to get cards in trash, so we're not opposed to our stack dying, and this also lets us filter a card, so this is going to be the perfect egg for our needs. We're going to go 3 copies of the BT2 DemiDevimon. This is just a 2-drop, it does nothing. But a 2-drop that does nothing can be really, really powerful if we digivolve in the back with this or the other DemiDevimon, and then we on-play a DemiDevimon that mills us 2, or we play a Tamer after, or something of the sort. This is just a good card to get in trash, if that makes sense. There's also a couple of on-play DemiDevimons. You could go that route, but I felt like there was a lot of DemiDevimons that we wanted to on-play and not enough that functioned in the back at the same time, so I did not run with them. They also grab Myotismon or a generic Tamer, and neither of the two really felt worth 3 memory, so I just thought the on-play 2 and try and swing the body and let it die was just better. Then we go the promo DemiDevimon. That on-play trashes the top 2 cards of your deck. This is going to help us get Devimons in trash for our other DemiDevimon inheritable and the DanDevimon. So this is at 4. Then we go 4 copies of the promo DemiDevimon that gives on deletion if you have 7 or more Digimon with Devimon in their names in your trash. You can play a DanDevimon from trash without paying its memory cost. So far, all of our cards are in line with the idea of getting 7 Devimon named cards in trash, so that when our stack dies with hopefully this in it, we can bring out another DanDevimon. Then we go 4 copies of the new BT14 Devimon on play, and when attacking, you trash top 3 of your deck. This gets 1k DP for every 3 cards in your trash, and on deletion, trash 1 card in your opponent's hand without looking. This is just a fantastic card for this archetype. It's going to get really big, really fast. It's going to be safe for checks. It's going to trash you cards on play and when attacking, which is awesome. And if your opponent does remove it or it dies to its security check, you're going to get to make them go down 1 card in hand, which is also really good. So this is at 4 for sure. Then we go 4 copies of EX1 Devimon. The reason we go 4 copies of EX1 Devimon is because we have a DemiDevi that does something on deletion, and this is going to help us grab a piece back. And because it grabs a level 4 or lower, we can grab back the DemiDevimon that gives us a DanDevimon on deletion, so we can recycle the effect to continue getting DanDevimons back from trash. Then we go 3 copies of the ST6 Devimon with blocker. It's just good. You 1 cost, you can turbo up the stack. You can put it out front, and then you see we have a Blastace Myotismon over there. You can Blastace on top. So this is just good at 3. Then I like 2 copies of BT11 LadyDevimon. We can trash a card, and if we do, we can grab a Mirai or a card with Archangel, Angel, or Fallen Angel, and it trades from your trash to your hand. Guess what? All of the Devimon cards are Fallen Angels, so we can grab back a Devimon, a DanDevimon, one of our other LadyDevimons. So this fits in the deck pretty well for getting back pieces that we mill if we see that we've milled something that we need. Then we're going to go 3 copies of the Blastace Myotismon. It does have blocker, which is fantastic for us. And on play and when digivolving, we play a level 3 Digimon or a purple Tamer card from trash without paying the cost. So we like both of those effects. In fact, we do have a couple of Tamers in this deck that we don't mind playing from trash. And there's some fun combos we can do by actually playing a Digimon out from trash as well when we Blastace. So 3 copies of this card. Then 2 copies of the BT3 LadyDevimon. When digivolving, draw 2, trash 2. It's going to build up Devimons in the trash. It's going to let us filter cards. And then the inheritable, when we use an option, we delete a level 3. That's not going to come up quite as much, but it could still happen. 4 copies of DanDevimon. The man himself, our big boss. Opponent's turn once per turn. That is important. When a card is removed from your security stack, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack, and then on deletion, your opponent trashes 2 cards in their hand. So it's kind of a pain if they leave it on board. It's a pain if they get rid of it. This card is just annoying, which is great. Ideally, we would have multiple of these on the board so that if they swing, they're going to get hit pretty hard in return. The faster we get this on the board, the better. Then my alternate boss monster. So this deck, in planning, lacked punching power, like a lot. It felt really passive. I mean, you're swinging with your level 4 Devimons, but you know, past a certain point, you kind of get to the point where you don't want to swing with the DanDevimon because if it dies, you lose the ability to trash security. And so what do? So my solution was to throw in 2 copies of BT6 Titamon. When digivolving, you trash a card in your hand, then you play a level 4 or lower purple Digimon from trash without paying its memory cost. So we can play the BT14 Devimon mill cards. We have a big body to swing with, that can also potentially trash cards in the opponent's hand if it dies. And when we trash a card in our hand using one of our effects, this Digimon gets 2k DP and security +1. If you remember earlier, we also have that LadyDevimon that we can trash a card in our hand. Actually, we have 2 LadyDevimons that do that. So if we Digivolve on top of the level 4 we play out the next turn, we can get the security attack +1 again. So this is just great aggression. This is going to help us build multiple stacks as well, because we can get another level 4 back. We can Blast Ace on the Myotismon on top of that level 4, play out a level 3, and now all of a sudden we've gone from 1 body to 3 bodies, and there's a lot of potential to get these DanDevimons on the board. So I think this is a great fit for an alternate boss monster in the deck. 2 copies of Darkwing Delusion. This is a fantastic card. I don't have more room. I wish I had more room because I would love to run this at 4. Trash top 3, then one of your Digimon with Devimon gains security attack +1 for the turn. So that's really, really powerful with that BT14 Devimon that likes to mill cards when it attacks. Get to swing 2 checks. If you're feeling brave, you could swing 2 checks with DanDevimon, but yeah, just extra aggression on that bottom end. 1 Calling from Darkness, just because we got to get our pieces back sometimes. 4 Wisdom Trainings. Reveal top 2, grab a purple, and then delay, you'll Digivolve for 2 less. And then 3 Rivals Barrage, because we are trashing cards from the top of our deck. This is a great tool to get our pieces back. If we really, really need it, we can pay the 7 to blow something up. 2 copies of Keenan. This synergizes fantastically with the Myotismon, because on play, we're going to make them trash a Tamer an option. If they don't, we draw 1, and we effectively played a Tamer for 2, because we get the memory back. And if we reduce their hand size, great. We like doing that. And the opponent's turn, when an effect plays a Digimon, doesn't matter whose effect plays a Digimon, we get to suspend this Tamer to gain a memory. So if they swing, we can Blast Ace into Myotismon, play a Digimon, suspend the Keenan, gain a memory back, and maybe steal turn if we get a little cheeky with that. Then 3 copies of Kari Kamiya. Name a better Tamer that synergizes with DanDevimon. I don't think you could find one. So when a card is removed from your security stack, you can suspend this Tamer to gain 1 memory. So in a perfect world, if we have 1 or more Karis, we're going to not only trash their security when they swing, but we're also going to punish them by stealing memory from them. So that is really powerful in its own right. So that is the DanDevimon deck profile that we cooked up for BT15. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.